I literally take 10 minutes doing my hair just for the intro. Oh my gosh. Hey guys, it's Sinem and welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be doing a brand new first impressions and foundation review on the new Makeup Revolution Conceal and Hydrate Foundation and Concealer with hyaluronic acid. So I'm super pumped about this new foundation and concealer because it's targeted towards dry skin, which I do have. So I do have it on right now, and as you can see, this is what it's looking like at the moment, but you guys will see how it looks and tests in the video. So I'm going to stop talking right here and let you guys jump straight into it. If you haven't already, don't forget to subscribe to my channel. I would really appreciate it, and also give the video a thumbs up. And without further ado, let's jump straight into it. So jumping straight into it, you guys can already tell that my skin is pretty bad at the moment. I don't know what happened, but I did break out, and yeah, just excuse that for now. But this would be a good way to test if the foundation is really full coverage and if it's, you know, good at covering blemishes and all that stuff. So today I'm going to be testing, like I said in the intro, the new Makeup Revolution Conceal and Hydrate Foundation and Concealer, and I'm super excited to try these two out just because I do have dry skin, and because it says hydrate on it, I'm having high hopes for this foundation and concealer to really hydrate my skin and to give me a really nice finish. The foundation I have in F2.5 and the concealer is C2.5. So I believe this is a fair skin tone with yellow undertones. I'm just going to open it up. It's brand new and sealed, and I don't have any primer or anything like that on my face. I don't like to use primer with foundation reviews because I feel like primers interfere with the wear. So right off the bat, what I do love about this foundation is that it has a pump, and with the concealer I believe it's just the same doe foot applicator. It literally reminds me of Tarte Shape Tape. Look at that. So this might be a good dupe for Tarte Shape Tape. So we're going to be testing the Conceal and Hydrate Radiance foundation with hyaluronic acid. So both these products have hyaluronic acid, which means it's going to plump the skin and give it hydration into the skin. It's really good. It's a really good ingredient to have in skincare and makeup. I've got my handy dandy MAC palette, and I'm just going to pump some out on the palette, so maybe about 1.5 pumps. This is what it looks like. You can see it's quite runny, and let's just see if this color, oh my god, it's like spot on. Oh, yes. I'm gonna do one side with a brush and one side with a sponge. So let's work on one side first. I feel like this is going to be super full coverage, and you can already see there's a lot more left to do the rest of my face. So I'm first going to start off with a brush. I'm using a different brush this time. This one is the MAC 170. Absolutely love this. It's synthetic as well. So let's read about the claims. It says it's formulated for every skin type and skin tone, but particularly beneficial for dry skin. It has hyaluronic acid. It offers radiance and glow without settling into fine lines or clinging to dry patches. It says it's medium to full coverage. It provides a plumping effect and create a smoother satin glow finish to the skin. It also hydrates the complexion. This foundation retails for £9 in the UK and $12 in the US. Okay, maybe it's a little pale for me, but with bronzer and everything I can make it work. So right off the bat, it's super full coverage. Look at that. It's just completely covered my blemishes. Like, super full coverage. That's crazy. I think I put way too much. I think this shade is a little too light for me, but we can ignore that. With a brush, it's definitely giving really full coverage. So maybe with a sponge might be better because it can sheer it out a little bit. Okay, so first impressions, it definitely has a sheen. In my opinion, it looks too full coverage, but that could have been me because I might have put too much on. It's a little too heavy for me, for my liking, but it definitely does have a nice finish to it. It has covered, so they've ticked the boxes on that. In terms of the color is okay. It's a little too pale for my liking, and I can see it's starting to settle down a little bit. I think it's giving me more of a natural finish rather than a dewy finish. So I'm going to let that settle in and go in with the rest of the foundation on this side. And let's try a sponge. So one thing I do like is one pump will be more than enough to cover your whole face, which is great because that means the foundation will last longer. So let's go in with a sponge and see. I feel like I already like this with a sponge because it's shearing out the coverage, so it's not making it super full. It looks more natural on the skin is the word I'm looking for. Whereas this just looks like I'm wearing foundation. And I will say for dry skin, it's doing well. It's not clinging to any dry patches, which is a plus. If you saw my Fenty review, that was awful. I'll leave it up here or below. So you can definitely see on this side, it definitely didn't give me as much coverage as the other side did. So you can still see a little bit of pimples peeking through. Let's jump straight into the concealer. And again, this is the Conceal and Hydrate. This also has hyaluronic acid and acai. So I don't know it had that. It has acai. I believe this shade is going to be good for me for brightening. So let's go in just a little bit because I feel like this is going to be really full coverage. And I'm going to read the claims about this concealer. For the concealer, it says it is suitable for everyone looking for a lightweight finish with a boost of moisture. Offering all-day hydration thanks to an infusion of hyaluronic acid, it covers blemishes, even skin tones, and counteracts dark circles while drenching the skin with moisture. It is designed for drier skin. The sheer satin finish won't settle into fine lines, and the doe foot applicator allows for a smooth, delicate application. This concealer retails for £7 in the UK and $10 in the US. I really like that description of the concealer, so I'm excited to see if it lives up to what it says, what it claims. So let's go in with the sponge. Now I will say I think their shades are, I don't know, like too light. So right off the bat, I don't really see a difference in the concealer as opposed to their original. I will say it's definitely given me full coverage. It looks bright and smooth under the eyes, and I really do like that about the concealer. In terms of hydration, I'm not really sure if I'm getting much hydration out of it because it doesn't feel like it's hydrating. It's definitely a lightweight formula, but doesn't feel super hydrating, especially when I touch it. It just feels like a normal concealer under the eyes. So I'm going to blend out this side, and as you can see as I'm blending, it's definitely giving me full coverage. So I do like that about this concealer. And don't forget, this is only £7, or I believe $10 in the US. So compared to Tarte Shape Tape, this is an amazing, amazing dupe and alternative for Tarte Shape Tape. So I would recommend to go out and try this concealer. So now that that's all blended out, I'm just going to set my skin with the Hourglass, what is this called? Veil Translucent Setting Powder. And just set that underneath my eyes. I'm not going to set the rest of my face because otherwise it will look so drying and defeats the purpose of it being hydrating. So with powder, you can see it definitely looks really smooth under the eyes. It looks brightened. I really, really do like the concealer. It's giving me Tarte Shape Tape vibes. A little bit piling up here. I don't know what happened there. So I'll finish off the rest of my makeup, do bronzer, blusher and all of that stuff, and then I'll be back to tell you guys what I think about the foundation and concealer and see how it looks with the rest of my makeup. So my final thoughts on this foundation and concealer is I actually really, really do like it. I really like how it's making my skin look, especially on camera as well. It looks great. The coverage is amazing. It gives you super full coverage. You can shear it down if you want to. It definitely looks plump on the skin. It looks healthy. It looks hydrating. I did put highlighter on, so that's what's giving me most of the glow, but it definitely doesn't look matte on my skin, which I do really, really like. And I would say the shade is a little bit too fair for me, so I might see what other shades they do have. It definitely does come together when you do the rest of your makeup, and I do like the finish of the foundation and concealer. I really do like the concealer the most just because it reminds me of Tarte Shape Tape, but more affordable. So I do feel like if you have dry skin, definitely pick it up and give them a go. If you have oily skin, I would still test it out because it has amazing coverage and you can always just set it with powder. but if you do have dry skin, this would be amazing to try out. So if you haven't already, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't already as well. I'm gonna stop talking now and let you guys go. I hope you did really enjoy the video and I hope it was helpful, and I think that is it from me, and apart from that, I will see you guys all in my next video.